Hi, welcome to my math class. My name is Ms. Barber, and parents, I'm going to treat this just like you're here at back to school night. This is the same presentation that you would see, and you can find the handouts in the same folder where you're watching this video. So, a little bit of an introduction and background on me. I actually went through this entire district. So, I went to High Plains Elementary School. I went to Campus Middle Unit. It was unit before it was changed to Campus Middle School, and I went to Cherry Creek High School. Creek alum, woohoo! From here, I graduated, immediately went to Colorado State University for college, triple major in mathematics, education, and pre-med. And upon graduating from there, immediately came back here and started teaching. So I've been here for over 25 years. You can ask me more specifics if you want to know. And while teaching full time, I have continued to engage in my education. I have two master's degrees, one in technology, one in education, and I also hold my principal's license. But I completely enjoy being in the classroom, so that's why I am with your students. In the folder in Schoology, you can see my expectations and procedures sheet. It's a purple folder, it's a purple sheet. Gives you how to get a hold of me, my email, all the stuff you need to know about how your student is graded. Take a look at it if you would like to, but here are some of the highlights. My website, I'll talk about in a few minutes, has much more than this, but it for sure has my calendars, my worksheets, and all of my notes available. Excuse me. Your student does need to have a calculator on a daily basis, so if we could get them to have that as soon as possible, that would be great. It does need to have those three keys, the SIN, COS, and TAN for sine, cosine, and tangent when we do our trigonometry unit. So if they could have that as soon as possible, that would be great. If they do get a new calculator, and by no means does it need to be graphing, please ask them to bring the TI points on the back of the package. It'll say like TI points, 10 points. Cut that out, bring it to us. It's a little extra credit. I did recommend on that purple expectation sheet a calculator that they like, the number. So you can buy that, have your student buy that at Bare Necessities, our bookstore, for around $15. You probably order it on Amazon, but there is a specific one that the students sort of like how it works. They do need to have a workbook. Geometry workbook is $5 in Bare Necessities. And again, like we've told them over and over, I think most of the students already have that, but if they're looking for a workbook still or a calculator and they can't come up with that money right away, they just need to go see their counselors. Have them go talk to their counselors, see if they can help them out with that cost, and usually they can. So just have them drop in there real quickly. Some of the wording I'm going to be using this year when I'm communicating with you and your students, I just want you to see it and recognize it. So quizzes are going to be formative. I'm explaining it to the students as it's like information, informative. It's informing them how they are doing at a certain point in the chapter. The expectation is that they continue to relearn and improve before they have the final summative test at the end of the chapter, which puts everything together, summarizing everything. The Power School folder is green, and the green sheet that went out with your student just tells you basically that we're a team. So 3 commitments. On my part, I commit to update grades at least once a week. I usually kind of do it more day by day, but the school policy is once every 2 weeks. I will do it once a week. But I need your student to also commit to checking it once a week. If there's a mistake, they should be letting me know. And again, I need you also to be doing that. I constantly hear parents say, I don't want to be a helicopter parent. I'm trying to give them the freedom and some more responsibility. That's fine. You know what? In high school, we are giving them a lot of responsibility. But checking grades and attendance is something that we as teachers and parents still need to be up on. So please keep checking that. Check the grades and attendance often. It is recommended that you use Firefox as your browser. And if you're ever having any problems with PowerSchool, there is that phone number to call for assistance. Now, some ways to help your students succeed. attendance, like I've said, is number one, and communication is key. I have to have your student here. We do a lot in class. We talk about how to succeed and so on and so forth, but we get through a lot in class. So they really need to be here. Try not to schedule doctor's appointments and so on and so forth, if at all possible. But communication is the other key. I'm going to be teaching your students how to communicate appropriately through their Outlook email. They should be dropping me a note if they know something's going on ahead of time. And same thing for you. If you can just let me know what's happening, I would greatly appreciate that. Check Power School grades weekly, like we already talked about. Homework scores should be 100% how we are doing them. And your student can explain that to you, or you're welcome to ask me questions anytime. But encourage your student to check their work and their answers for accuracy. We're really putting a lot of the ownership of learning how each student learns on them. Maybe you can help them with this part. So all of my answers are in Schoology, all of my work and answers, but they really need to check it. So a lot of students are like, oh no, this is so easy, I don't ever have to look at it. And I try to explain to them that it's always easy if you never check it because you think you're always right. So please help them get on the right track and start checking all of their work and answers. Again, they have that available in class when they're in class and in Schoology when they're out of class. Encourage your student to use the free resources for extra help. That handout is also in the same back to school night Schoology folder that you're watching this video in. And I'll talk more about those in a couple minutes. And then of course, call me or email me if you have any questions. Extra help and tutoring. So math teachers are available through the Math Department Academic Support Center. Help is available during lunch periods, and every student has a lunch period during 4th, 5th, or 6th. And this is available on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So teachers are just there on their lunch period, their free period, sitting there willing and waiting to help. So your student might as well go ahead and take advantage of it. Your student constantly hears in class where they can go and access that. It's also on my handouts. Peer ambassadors, if your student would rather work with a peer, sometimes they can make some great friends through this. It's in the counseling department, so if they go in the double doors of counseling and turn immediately to the right, peers are upper level peers, okay, like juniors and seniors are there able to assist with these classes. They're there every period of the day. No appointment is necessary, and they are definitely willing to help with math. They're especially there for math. Every student should be using their teacher for any class for a resource for help, but definitely they should be seeing me during a free period or before school or access time on Wednesdays. When we have that time, they should be making appointments with me. For contacting me, I talked to your students about this, but same thing for you. Feel free to contact me by phone or by email, which is Outlook. But just please know that Schoology and Remind, all of those kind of things that are out there, those do not come to me. Okay, my Schoology does not work. Well, I should just say in the district, quite a few people's is not consistent. And so Schoology does not come to me at all. If you're writing there and I'm not writing back to you, then you're not getting it to me. So please make sure you're contacting me through Outlook. When I reach out to you, it will be through Schoology. That direction works. But when I write that, it's going to all like 400 parents and students at the same time. That's a mass email. You'll always see me say that note at the top of like, make sure you use my Outlook email and start a new email if you have a question for me. Please check your email address that is registered with the district. That is the only one that Schoology actually automatically writes to. So check that. If you're not getting information or something, maybe your email changed and maybe you just need to change what you have registered with the district. That's for all of your students and for any class. So that's just a tip. My Schoology website, this is just a quick glimpse of the folders that are available in there, and I'll just run through them and kind of tell you what's on there. So of course that red back to school night folder that you're in right now should have the handouts and the video you're watching. The purple expectations and procedures sheet, the green power school and how students are graded. And then the bottom six or so are the ones where your students are really going to be able to use these resources to be successful in class. And if they're really in class participating and utilizing these, they should be successful. So first and foremost, if they're home, don't have their folder with them, or they're sick, on vacation, whatever it is, but they're still able to work, the pink folder, the assignment calendars, they should just be able to look up and tell which assignment they are supposed to be working on. They can go into the blue printable worksheets folder anytime, especially if they forgot their workbook, print off any worksheet if they've got a printer, and they can do the work right on the worksheet. The orange notes folder, your students have heard this from me as well, are the color coded, like exactly how we've done it in class, but they're just a picture of my notes. So they're welcome to look there, and they should take notes there first when they are absent before they come and ask for help from anyone. The new one is the black folder, the OneNote, where my notes and worksheets that are used in class are in there. They're updated live. They'll actually see me writing on them if they happen to be in Schoology when I'm doing that. But all the worksheets and everything are in there too. It just says to use that for review. So maybe they're using it on their own, maybe they're using it with a tutor, whatever it is. That's up to them. The yellow folder has all of my worksheets scanned in with all the work and all the answers. So the expectation is that the students are working at home, but they're checking their answers. They do one problem, check an answer, one problem, check an answer, and they should walk into class knowing if they need help or not. The last one are my videos that I am currently doing. If a student is needing to hear it, okay, and they don't want to just see a picture of the notes, they've got a video where they can follow along with me, especially if maybe we went too fast in class, they missed something. They can go back and look at it at their own pace. So I have a video folder for each chapter. Right now, this is how I'm organizing it. The first folder will just be regular videos. They can just open them up, anybody can watch them. The second folder for the chapter says to use this if you need closed captioning and you need to hear it in a different language. So if your student does not speak English as their first native language, they should be going in there, using the links to go in and use that closed captioning. And they can watch the video in Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, whatever it is that they need. All right, if you have any other questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I'm sorry I missed you at back to school night, but I look forward to a great year. Thank you so much.